Hi everyone and welcome to KyZmA, and in today's video we will be speculating how will Miles Morales defeat the Spot in Beyond the Spider-Verse. Before we get started though, there will be spoilers for Across the Spider-Verse, so if you haven't seen them filmed yet, please check it out first, you won't regret it. If you have, I would really appreciate if you could give this video a like, as that would really help out the channel. Thank you. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers as well, so if you could also subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. That being said, when it comes to the Spot in Across the Spider-Verse, when we were first introduced to him, he kind of became a joke villain, especially the way Miles saw him. But over time, as his power grew and he became even more threatening, he basically became a multiversal villain. So much so to the point where I was starting to wonder, as well as many other people, how will Miles actually defeat the Spot, especially when he is also going to kill his father as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how that will play out. There are multiple ways that could happen. Obviously, one of the many ways is that Miles could find a way to make sure that the Spot runs out of spots. As we saw in Across the Spider-Verse, he can run out of spots if he continues to use more. However, I don't think that's going to be likely, especially when the last collider he basically absorbed in Mobatan, he basically has unlimited spots, so he can go anywhere and basically do anything. So that's probably not going to happen, but I can see a situation where Miles will try and use that strategy against him, but it won't work, as well as obviously the other Spider Society too, as they're most likely to show up as well. The next way Miles could defeat him is by using his Venom Blast. As we know, Miles' Venom Blast, even in the comics, is one of his most powerful abilities, probably his most powerful abilities if we're being honest. So I wouldn't be surprised if he uses this as a finisher of some kind to basically finish off the Spot, not kill him, but obviously take him down. Obviously, as we saw in the film as well, Miles, like his Insomniac counterpart, has basically learned to absorb energy, so I wouldn't be surprised if he also tries to absorb the Spot's powers, or at least the dark matter he basically absorbed into himself. However, that also seems to be a long shot, as I don't think Miles is capable of absorbing that much energy. That being said, he could also try that to find a way to defeat him. Another way is of course the help of the Spider Society. Obviously, for that to happen, they would have to reconcile after chasing him throughout the entirety of New York in 2099. So after they have reconciled and after Miguel basically recognizes that his view on canon events is wrong, I wouldn't be surprised if he basically tries to help out Miles, maybe even create a device where they would basically be able to stop him and take out all the dark matter that he absorbed. And I can see it happening, being successful in Beyond the Spider-Verse, probably even for a short while, which would probably give us, the audience, a little bit of hope before it gets taken away. So I think it's possible, as I do think the Spider Society will show up during that fateful fight, so them creating a device of some kind would definitely be possible, and I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes successful at first. However, I think the one that's most likely to happen is Miles trying to reason with the Spot. I think if anything, he will try and understand him, because throughout Across the Spider-Verse, he was making fun of him, he didn't take him seriously, he called him the villain of the week and etc. So not only did Miles accidentally ruin his life, but also the fact that the Spot doesn't appreciate the fact that Miles basically made fun of him throughout. And I think if Miles shows a little bit of compassion, I think that could help. Granted that he has tried that in Spider-Man in this universe when he tried to say that he was a great villain, which was pretty funny, but obviously I think there's going to be a moment where Miles will be sincere and will try and reason with the Spot, kind of similar to Spider-Man 2 in fact, with Peter Parker when he tried to reason with Dr. Octavius, which where Dr. Octavius sacrificed himself to save the entirety of New York by drowning the fusion sun in the river. So something like that could actually happen, and I do think the Spot will die in Beyond the Spider-Verse, but of course I don't think Miles will kill him or any other Spider-Man will kill him. But I do think after all that dark matter that the Spot absorbed in every collider in different universes where he becomes more powerful, I do think that will eventually kill him, as thanks to all that dark matter he's basically radiating energy, and of course it's making him even more powerful, but I don't know if his body will be able to handle it. So I wouldn't be surprised if that actually kills him in Beyond the Spider-Verse. But I do think Miles will try and reason with him, potentially even saving his dad if he's successful. And I wouldn't be surprised that he gets the idea to do that from Prowler Miles, as well as Uncle Aaron in Earth 42. Maybe he will try and reason with their heart as well, or maybe he will fail, which causes Gwen and Peter and that Spider team to try and convince him to try again with the Spot, or even Miles trying to convince them to reason with the Spot. But I do think, as we saw towards the ending of the film, Miles will try and reason with parallel Miles as well as his uncle Aaron, and possibly even be successful, as he was meant to be Spider-Man in that universe, which then would lead to Miles trying to do the same for the Spot. Whether or not he's successful, I personally do think he will. However, obviously at the end of the day, anything is possible. Regardless, we are going to see a massive fight between Miles and the Spot, which I can't wait to see March next year, assuming it doesn't get delayed. However, what about you guys? How do you think Miles Morales Spider-Man will defeat the Spot in Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and want more, subscribe. To begin, Protocol 36.